My husband went to his side chick's house to spend the night. The side chick's boyfriend came and beat him up. That evening, he had called me that he won't be coming home. He said he would be going to his small wife's place to sleep. That's what he always calls her. I didn't respond because I'm used to it. He continued on the phone, telling me that if I had given him peace of mind, he won't be going to another woman's house to spend the night. That's what he always said. He calls me a nagging woman because when I see rubbish, I must talk. He said now I will have to sleep lonely in the house because of my bad character. I said no problem, go in peace. He ended the call. I watched cartoon and ate popcorn with my children and we all went to sleep. At around 2 p.m. midnight, I heard banging on my door. I was afraid, thinking it was thief. I ran to the door and I was hearing my husband's voice calling my name for me to open the door. I first paused. I was afraid. I said what if it was him and armed robbers that came? But the way he was sounding, he was alone. He continued to bang that I should open the door. I wanted to open the door, but I said to myself that he didn't tell me he was coming home that night, so why should I open the door for him? I went inside my room to sleep. At that moment, I didn't even care what happened to him because I was really pissed. I went to lie down. He came to our window side and started hitting the window glass. I didn't say a word. My children were sleeping in another room. Thank God they were very small and they didn't wake up. He was calling my name, hitting window. I didn't move an inch. Did I send him? No. He went to the front door again to bang and bang. Laugh wanted to finish me. I was asking myself, what chased him out of his small wife's house at this time of the night? I folded my body under the duvet very well. Before I knew it, thunder was striking and rain started to fall. Oga,
I'm 34 weeks pregnant and my mother-in-law is terminally ill and her whole family is forcing me to deliver early so she can just see the baby. I'm 28 years old and my husband and I have been married for over a year. We had a steady 3-year relationship before trying to get married and we had originally planned to enjoy a few years of sweet and private life together. But as it often goes, life has other different plans. I got pregnant earlier than that. A year ago, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with a terminal cancer. The doctor told us frankly that she probably had less than a year to live. To fulfill her wish of holding her grandchild before she passed on, we had to completely rearrange our life plans and start trying to conceive immediately. Fortunately, just after 2 months of effort, I became pregnant. When my mother-in-law found out I was pregnant, she was so overjoyed. She seemed to have more energy than she had in months. When I reached 4 months, she even asked a relative to secretly check the baby's gender. Hearing it was a boy, she was so ecstatic, praising me to everyone as a hero who could carry on the family's line. Despite her own illness, she still insisted on supervising my father-in-law to buy the best ingredients at the market every day. My mother-in-law would spend hours making delicious soup for me every day and buying all kinds of supplements every day. By the end, I was almost intimidated by the sheer amount of food and medicine she had prepared. Everything went on smoothly until I was 34 weeks pregnant when her condition suddenly deteriorated. She collapsed unexpectedly and fell into a coma. The doctor had to tell us that she was now at the final stage of cancer and could pass away at any time and that we should prepare ourselves mentally. When she regained consciousness, she weakly held my hand and said to me, "I know my time is short." She said, "My last wish in this life is just to see my grandson before I pass on so I can go peacefully." She told me to ask the doctor to schedule a C-section tomorrow and deliver the baby.
My husband told his side chick that I am a boring wife and I smell badly. He said his girlfriend understood him better, so I had to invite her to come live with us. My name is Lady B and I have been married for 8 years. We have 3 children together and until recently, I honestly believe my marriage was perfect. One afternoon, a woman sent me a direct message on social media. When I checked, it was screenshots of conversation between her and my husband. The cheating was painful, but what hurt me the most were the things my husband said about me. He said the only thing I am good at is taking care of the children, clean the house, and cook. I cried that night, so I just had to cry to bed. By the next morning, I had made a decision. Instead of arguing with the woman, I replied politely. I told her, "Thank you for loving my husband. Since he believes you understand him better and make him happier than I do, why don't you come and stay with us officially?" She thought I was joking, but I was completely serious. I explained that I was tired of fighting for the attention of a man who had already given his heart to someone else. To my surprise, she agreed. A few days later, she arrived at my house with her bags. The interesting part was that my husband had no idea. Welcomed her, offered her food, and showed her the master bedroom. Then I moved my own belongings into the guest room. When my husband came home from work and saw her her sitting comfortably in our living room. The look on his face was unforgettable. He stood there speechless. I simply smiled and told him, since she gives you the happiness and peace you have been looking for, you can both enjoy yourself upstairs. He didn't say anything. At first, everything seemed perfect for them, but not for too long. The same woman who used to send him sweet messages online suddenly refused to do many things my husband had become accustomed to.